A couple of weeks ago, this headline and this article was in the Woodbury paper. The Trashman. Jacob Barbour spent 100 straight days in an effort to make Woodbury beautiful. Scoured the town's road for litter. Steve Bigham, who covered a couple of our earlier rallies, wrote this article. He started off, a mountain of garbage-filled bags piled in front of Jacob Barbour's house, ready to be picked up by the town's public works department. All of it he collected from local roadways as part of a 100-day challenge to help beautify his hometown. Barbour's major cleanup project, much of it during the dead of the winter, also succeeded in delivering an even deeper message, one of community, commitment, even love. As Barbour said, quote, it all started as part of a self-development challenge I took on where you have to accomplish certain tasks each day. For example, 2-a-day workouts, reading 10 pages of a book each day, drink a gallon of water each day, and a bunch of other requirements. But the challenge didn't include anything about giving back to others. Quote, I was just doing one of my outdoor workouts with my weighted vest and I would see trash on the roadways and it just looked like it didn't go with it, like we're destroying God's earth. So I decided, what if for the next 75 days I did litter walks on every road in Woodbury that I could find where there was trash. So not to sell himself short, Barbour pushed the effort to 100 days, inspired by the huge amount of support he received along the way. In addition to the trash, Barbour also collected an estimated $300 in recyclable cans and bottles, which he plans to donate to St. Jude's in support of kids with cancer. Barbour, the father of 2 girls who attend Woodbury schools, said the underlying message is quite simple. Quote, if one person can do this, imagine what we all can do if we come together as a community. I want to inspire other people and let them know that their voices and their actions are never too small, and to act upon what you believe in. So please welcome to Justice Southbury, Jacob Barbour. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, yeah, let's see if that works.
He didn't leave me much to say.
Sorry. Thank you for coming.
I guess most of my words were expressed in action in those 100 days. First of all, thank you, Rick, for having me, brother. I really appreciate it. Yeah, what can I say that hasn't been said? Honestly, it had a lot to do with what he was speaking about, had a lot to do with just finding a way of how can I love my neighbor? How can I find a way that will involve somebody who maybe doesn't look like me, doesn't vote the same way I do, doesn't believe in the same beliefs that I may believe in, but he's still my neighbor and I'm still called to love him. And I believe that if we all did that, this world would be a better place, you know? We can agree to disagree on certain things, but what we can't disagree on is that I'm going to continue to love you regardless of wherever you may be in life. You know, so that's what I wanted to do when I did this trash walk, is I wanted to express that love to people. And I did not realize it was going to blow up the way it did. I was like, I'll be honest with you, when I first started, I picked up a few pieces of trash and I said, man, these were the thoughts that were running through my mind. What you're doing is insignificant. It's little. It doesn't make a difference. Why are you out here? You look stupid. All these just thoughts raced through my mind, but I kept pushing through. And I kept doing it, and before you know it, I started keeping the bags because I wanted to see what the compound effect looked like. Darren Hardy talks about that in one of his books, is how it's not about hitting a home run, but it's about getting on base every single time. What's something little that I can do in my own community that can make possibly a big difference? And so that's what I began to do, and I start to see the effect of all the trash I was picking up. And not only that, but now people within my own community were joining me to go on these walks. I was building relationships with people who I would have never spoken to at the grocery store because they didn't look the way I did or they didn't act the way I did. But I got to see that we're a lot more alike than we think we are. We all want what's best for one another, and And so that's what I did, man. So 100 days, like I said, people started joining in, and not only that, people started helping, donating, and I just started, for the first time in my life, I stepped out to community, and I started, and what I wasn't expecting of this whole journey was community showing love back. It was like, man, you really do reap what you sow. You put something in, and you plant a seed, and guess what's going to happen to that seed? Eventually, it's going to sprout, and it's going to take, and you're going to get fruit from it. And that's literally what happened. I even got a job out of this whole thing, and like a bunch of other stuff, like Willie, his mechanic shop, like he fixed my brakes for free, and just people were just left and right, just blessing me, and I'm like, what is going on? But like, obviously, I didn't do it for any of those things, but it was beautiful to see the community give back in that way. And yeah, love your neighbor is just like that's honestly what I held on to, like during those very, very cold days where it was like single digits and my fingertips were cracking open and I just wanted to go home. But something inside me said, you made a commitment to your community, stick with it. So every day I was out there, man. I was out there every day. Thank you. Thank you. And so that's what I did, and it was just, honestly, it built up a discipline within me that I looked at any challenge in my life. I said, I can do that. I can do this, because if I can do what I'm doing here now, I can definitely do that. So that was, it blessed me in so many different areas, man. So I really don't know what else to say. Thank you for having me. And yeah, who knows if I do this down the road in the future? I don't know. But what I do know is that because of it, there's people across the whole nation that I shared with the 75 Hard program. Now they're doing that in their states, in their towns. So it's been like a snowball effect. And it's awesome to know that it's bigger than just you, man. You know, it just takes one match to light up a city. And if that has to be me, then so be it, you know. But I was just glad that good things came from it. And I thank you all for being here and for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
Woo. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, brother.
That's awesome. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, obviously, for what you did. Thank you for coming and talking about us. Thank you for inspiring us and reminding us all that, you know, one person can make a difference.